Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here. Welcome back to not my railway, but to the Dartmouth Steam Railway. More specifically than that, you're joining me here at Kingswear, or Kingswear, which is a very, very beautiful station, as you can see, in Dartmouth, in South Devon, which you might recognise for a few reasons. First of all, I've done this very route, this very trip on Train Simulator before. This is the same station, as you can see. And also you might recognise a part of it, because this is the old signal box, which is now gone on my railway, but that was based on this, the Kingswear signal box, which was a very bad signal box, not the real thing obviously, my model of it, and obviously yeah, it's now gone, but yes, I based it on that, so you might recognise that. But this railway station is so jam-packed with railway honour and memorabilia that I just have to show you a few bits of it. So yeah, beautiful station. Before we get on to the trains then, there is a visitor centre which is interesting. First of all, because it's based inside a coach, as you can see. But inside there are a few interesting things that I think you might like to see. Obviously there are models inside, not just of trains, but we've got some boats inside there. But just look at this one. Can you believe the level of detail on there? So even if you're not a boat enthusiast, I'm sure you'll appreciate that. And there was also this, which quite impressed me as well. Quite a lovely looking model of Stephenson's rocket. I'm sure it was a live steam model as well. It looked very, very impressive. And of course there was some more models of the gauge that we're more used to, 00 gauge stuff. I recognise a few of these from Bachmann and Hornby, especially that one. That's obviously a 9F, which is lovely to see. And also a Mallard, classic Mallard with a derailed tender, which, yes, I'm sure annoys a lot of people that see that. And there's a lot of other stuff to see inside the visitor centre as well, including things to read. And also this thing, which I must say I don't know what it is. If you do, let me know down in the comments. That would be very interesting to hear. Elsewhere on the platform, or near the platform at Kingswear, there is this, a wreck of an old locomotive. And if we get a little bit closer, you can see that it is a Prairie, number 4110, I believe it was. A 1936 built 5101 class, which I think the word preserved is quite a strong word, because quite clearly that was a dreadful wreck. But it was quite nice to see it there, and maybe in the next few years, I suppose funding permitting, we might see it run again. But at the moment, no, it's far from that, I would say. Anyway, in the distance here is our train. It's on the way. You can see what a lovely looking train that is. And looking a little bit more closely, here we go, you can see that it's a Great Western 460, and the Dartmouth Steam Railway is famed for these. More specifically, it's a Manor class, which is very lovely. It's number 7827 Lyddham Manor. And here it is coming around the famous curved station at Kingswear, which actually allows you to take some really beautiful shots as the coaches curve around the bend there, which is fantastic. And yeah, I was quite pleased with this because I got a really nice close shot of her coming by here. And I got some nice shots inside the cab, just for reference, because I see so many model cabs. But yeah, there we go, that was the coupling, and another closer look at the Manor, which I must say is a very, very detailed locomotive. Yes, very much so. And the way this works is they decouple the train and it runs around to the other end of the train and just hauls it straight back along the line, which is obviously how quite a lot of heritage railways seem to work. But yeah, she was beautiful, and in a BR black livery, of course, which you don't normally see, at least in model form. So this is her now going over the points, and again, I must say, she runs along the points a lot better than my Manor class does. But yes, a very, very superb machine, and yeah, it was a pleasure really to ride behind her. Really, really lovely. And here's another hair-raising shot of her running by. As I say, just a couple up to the other end of the train. And of course she went tender first for all our journey. We did the round robin where you get on a bus and then a boat and then finally the train before getting on a final bus again back to Torquay. So it was only one half of the journey, we didn't get a return ticket or anything like that. And here she comes now to actually couple to the observation car, and obviously with the Dirty Great steam loco right in front of it, you wouldn't be observing very much from it, would you? However, I think you have to pay extra as well to go in the observation car, but I didn't do it, so I wouldn't know. But there we go, yep, a nice steady coupling, and they did switch some lamps onto the back end, which I noticed. I thought that would be quite interesting to show. Yep, the guy popped a lamp on there. Yes, I shut up for the whistle, don't want to ruin that for you. And there we go, tender first, all the way back to Paignton, with a few stops at Churston, and I think there's another stop as well. But yeah, it's a lovely journey, and I'm going to show you a little bit of it now so that you can come and join me for it. What a beautiful station it is over at Dartmouth. Really, really lovely. In fact, the train simulator route absolutely doesn't do it justice. And this is one of my favourite railways. I've done this before, and in fact there is an older video on this channel from when I did this before. But you know, I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to get the camera out and film. Obviously I didn't want to take my super massive camera on holiday with me, so this was a slightly older DSLR, so we haven't got the 60 frames per second or anything like that, and the quality isn't absolutely amazing, but hopefully it will show you a little bit about what it was like. We got the signal changing here, there we go. I thought that was quite cool, glad to have caught that on camera. It changed at just the right second, and I think this must have been Churston Station, where the train stopped in order to let the second train on the route overtake through the passing loop. I think, no, is it a passing loop? No, I think it's a runaround or something like that. So that's why I was able to get off without worrying about missing the train. We've got the observation car there for the Hornby fans, and it also offered another nice look at Lytham Manor as well. There it is. Looking very, very lovely, I must say. I enjoyed seeing her, which goes without saying really, because she is lovely. A little shot of the whistles there. And we got another distant whistle from this beastie in the background, the Standard Class 4. And as lovely as she looked, I do think we got on the better of the two engines running that day. Nothing wrong with the Standard Class 4, of course, very lovely things, but I think the Manor did it for me overall. But still, I was glad to get a nice shot of her running by there. I think also I managed to get a shot inside the cab briefly of the Manor as well. Don't know what my obsession with that was, but yeah, I thought it would be quite nice to show that. Anyway, there we go, back on the road to Torquay. As you can see, that engine there was another Manor. I think that was Dinmore Manor, as well as an 03 shunter there. And I think this is the fastest and also probably, in my opinion, most beautiful section of the trip. Really, really lovely this. You get some great views of Torbay and the coast near Paignton and wherever else. Absolutely beautiful it was. And of course beautiful shots of the sea and also the beach huts in the foreground there, which I always enjoy to see, although we never go inside them. And some nice beaches as well. As you can see, the folks were having a nice time, although it had, I think it had rained already on that day, so why there were so many on the beach I really don't know, but obviously glad to see that they're having a nice time. So with that, I think that is basically all I filmed from this journey. It was a fantastic time, really, really lovely railway. I can highly recommend it if you're in Torquay, Paignton, Dartmouth area. It's a gorgeous railway, very, very scenic, and of course they run steam. There wasn't a diesel in sight, or there was, but they weren't running them. Whether or not they run diesels on there for the diesel enthusiasts, I don't know, but generally speaking, I think it's steam. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned because I have done a video of another railway in that area, which I'll be doing very soon. So stay tuned for that. For now though, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Cheers folks, take care.